system. So
Yeah.
but the interview questions are not.
Oh, yep, she's looking.
We're
Yes.
rolling. All right,
All right.
so start with your name and her name.
My name is Amanda Laudeman, and this is Shookums Conley. We have a different last name because I'm now married to my husband, Johan Laudeman, and Shookums is a Conley, my maiden name.
Cute. All right, which leads us into your first question. Tell us a little about yourself and Shookums here. What is unique about Shookums?
I'm a 21-year-old college student studying political science, and Shookums is my world. We first met because I'm a foster mom for Cool Cat Rescue, and there was an ad on Facebook that said that they were in desperate need for a foster mom for her because she was about ready to give birth any day, and I just couldn't not be her foster mom because I had never seen a cat give birth, and I really love the kitten lady, and I follow everything that she does. So I wanted to be around newborn kittens, and so we volunteered to foster. And obviously she was a foster fail. We couldn't let her go. She was just so sweet, and I feel like being her midwife really bonded us. Even though I didn't do anything, cats have been doing it for eons, cleaning themselves, cleaning the kittens, eating the placenta, you know. Doing all the cleaning. She did it all herself. I was just watching like, whoa, you know, but I just love her so much, and I can't imagine now, not seeing that ad.
And you can let her run. Yeah.
Okay.
The rest of the interview is for you. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so now, if your pet had an autobiography, what would it be called?
Shookums, the human or the cat garbage disposal.
Oh, yeah, because she likes eating anything.
Anything.
Oh, all right. How would you describe a no-kill animal rescue shelter to a child?
A no-kill rescue shelter would be a place kitties can go, and I feel like when children picture the pound, is what they often call it, they picture like a really sad image, cats behind bars, not maybe very well taken care of, and I think that's not always the right way to look at it, because often the places I see, there's very big, not cages, but more like, what would you call it? Not cages, but
Pens.
like pens, yeah, that are like clear, and there's no bars, and there's lots of kitty towers in there that they can play with, and there's lots of things to do. They're with other kitties, and it's just not such a sad scene, and cats can be there to be adopted. And even when I went to Germany, they don't have kill shelters, and I couldn't believe it when I heard that. And so we visited a few cat shelters, but they were more like cat sanctuaries. They were outdoor places that were closed off. What do you call those? Cat, Jackson Galaxy, who I also follow, has like a name for it.
I don't know. You're talking about My Cat from Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, My Cat from Hell. I love that show. And they were so much different than the, animal shelters that are here. All the animals are very well taken care of. They're like mingling with other cats. They can go outside in the closed off area, and it's just a completely different experience. And if a shelter is overcrowded, they just move the cats to a less crowded shelter. And I think that's what we need here, and I think that would be how I would explain a non-kill shelter to a child.
All right. Which animal would be the best president if the animal kingdom were to rise to power?
I think I'm a bit biased because I would say a cat because they're my favorite animal. I think Shookums would be a great president because she's really nice, so I think she could speak to other people, but when I think it's time to be serious, she would be like, no, I don't agree. And she would really like lay the rules down, which I think she would have a lot to bring to the table there with those two sides of her.
Okay. Number 5. It's him.
Oh, okay, I'm just making sure. So what would Shookums say about you if we asked her about a reference?
She would say, I'm probably kind of obsessed with her. Her number one fan, I think, is what she would say. She'd say she's great at cleanup, She cleans my toilet every day without fail. Feeds every morning without fail. So she'd say I'm consistent, I'm on time, and that I am just very loving, and I also take on other cats who won't be her brother and sister one day. So I think she'd have a good opinion about me for a reference.
Okay, if your pet could redesign the food pyramid, how would it look?
Meaning like.
Like, what would be her favorite food down to her least favorite food, or not so much favorite. What would she think would be the best thing to be on top? Because the food pyramid, you know.
Well, yeah. What foods are like important and in kind of what order?
Yeah.
So I think the cookies that she eats, like the tuna treats and the chicken treats, definitely on top. And then wet food is like second. And then I think after that is human food. Any human food, even though she shouldn't be having it, if I'm sitting on the couch with food, I have to fight her off because she has no manners. She sticks her hands in there. She's taken things in her mouth. One time I was eating chicken and she took it and just ran away with it. So I think chicken, any kind of meat, is below the cookies, human plate meat. And then bread, she likes bread. About anything that falls on the floor, and I think at the very bottom would be dry food because she gets so spoiled with the goodies. Whenever I see her eating the dry food, she kind of does it begrudgingly, like, fine.
All right. If Shookums could use a cell phone, what app would she use the most?
Uber Eats.
Yeah.
She would order some food and be like, I want the burger from Wendy's. I want Burger King fries. I want a McDonald's milkshake. Like, she'd have a wide variety, and she would have it delivered to our door, and we'd be like, Shookums, what's this bill?
All right. If your pet wins the title of queen or king, well, and queen in your case, how do you see yourself promoting the awareness of the Alaska Humane Society, Clear Creek Cat Rescue, and other no-kill shelters of rescues in the community of Alaska?
I think it would be really awesome to promote adopt, don't shop in Alaska, because you still see kittens at pet stores, and that's where people go to buy kittens. And you know, at the end of the day, a kitten is a kitten and they're cute, but there's animals that really desperately need homes, and you can really save their lives by going to the shelter or even checking out your rescue. And if you're not in a place to adopt, but you still love cats, you can still donate your services, you can volunteer. I just dropped off some blankets, no-soap blankets, to the Palmer shelter today, and they were really appreciative. So like if you have towels, you can bring those to the shelter, or just doing anything you can to really help out and just promote the cat community in Alaska and be the kitten lady of Alaska.
Here's the tough question.
All right. PETA believes that all financial and volunteer resources would be best spent advocating for spaying and neutering as a form of prevention of homeless pets versus non-kill shelters taking care of already homeless animals. What is your opinion on where resources are best spent?
Wait, the second part is what now? Sorry.
I'll read the whole question. So PETA believes that all financial and volunteer resources would be best spent advocating for spaying and neutering as a form of prevention of homeless pets versus non-kill shelters taking care of already homeless animals. What is your opinion on where resources are best spent?
I think it's really important to spay and neuter because I think when it comes down to it, I think a lot of people are irresponsible with their pets, and especially if they're outdoors, they're gonna eventually run into another animal who is not fixed, and then they're gonna have kittens, and then they're gonna say, oh well, we can't keep these kittens. And when you see those signs on the side of the road that say free kittens, like you're like, oh yeah, free kittens, but at the same time, this kitten isn't spayed or neutered. And versus if you were to go to a shelter and get a cat, that's already covered in any kind of fee you pay. So even though that kitten may say free, at the end of the day, it's not so free because you would have to pay for spaying, neutering, all the shots, versus at a shelter, that's already done for you and you wouldn't have to pay nearly as much. And I feel that spaying and neutering is a really good investment that a lot of resources should go to because of that.
Awesome. Okay, and then finally, why did you decide to compete in this pet pageant?
Because Hannah told me about it on Facebook and it sounded super fun. and we both are crazy cat women, and I am obsessed with Shookums, and I really look up to people like the kitten lady, Hannah Shaw, and Jackson Galaxy for all the work that they do in rescuing cats, and especially with kittens that she saves who are close to death. I would really love to foster as many cats as I can, and hopefully one day be doing something like how Hannah Shaw is doing and taking in really sick kittens, because young kittens like the ones she takes in are always the first to be euthanized at the shelter, and that really makes me sad, and I just want to save as many as I can.
Yay. That's it.
Oh.
Ta-da.